the group of Australians, he worked for the founding of the Newcastle Writers Club, which published the magazine From that time on, he contributed literary works in English and in Greek to many newspapers, journals, and periodicals in Australia, and in English in New Zealand. He also published 3 essays on Nikos Kazantzakis in the Australian journal Pertinent and The Real, as well as in the Sydney Greek newspaper Panellinios Kiri and the Melbourne periodical Astraloe. Galanis has been included in at least 2 Australian anthologies and 1 Russian. However, several short stories and the second English language collection of short stories entitled Crosses Without Names and Other Stories remain unpublished. Galanis became a member of the Australian Society of Authors and of the Australian Writers Guild, while he served as a member of judging panels of various literary competitions. Both Patseas and Galanis, irrespective of their individual differences as writers in terms of genre, style, etc., converged and shared many common values, ideals, and perspectives. First, they were both of Cytherian origin, and both wrote in English, making not only their writings, but also their experiences and the lives and experiences of Hellenism of their time in Australia accessible to later generations of Cytherians and other Greeks in Australia. Second, they had a broader outlook. They were not consumed by the ideas of Xenitia or return to the native land. Greece was their land of origin, of their ancestors and their language and culture, but Australia was their home, and they were realistic about it. My research into the literature of Hellenism in Australia began more than 35 years ago. Since that time, our perspective on the writers of the post-World War II years has adjusted. We now see them in different contexts through the eyes of the 21st century. What it has done is made us appreciate the contribution of Patseas and Galanis even more. They were pioneers in many ways, some similar, others different to each other, and to other Greek writers of those rights, of those times. What makes them special, remarkable, worth considering and remembering is the approach to their situation in the Greek-Australian context of their time and how it has impressed us now, almost 75 years later. We see them as pioneers, progressive, pragmatic men who had a more far-reaching vision of the place of Greece in the Australian context. They integrate, but without losing their identity, their heritage, their pride in their roots, their connection to Greece and to the Greeks of both Greece and Australia. And in concluding, without a doubt, Anargyros Patseas and Jamie Galanis are 2 notable writers and Cytherians who deserve our consideration and acknowledgement because, in addition to their other common points, their writings reflect something dynamic and unusual for their time. They saw themselves not as Greeks in Australia, but as Greek Australians, a fact reflected by their goals and achievements. Finally, in that context, each of these 2 Cytherian writers, with his own voice, added to the richness of the Cytherian literary tapestry of Australia, and both contributed to the further expansion and development of the total literatures of the people of Greek origin in this land of the South, and to the total literature of Cytherian most throughout the world.
Thank you, Dr. Kananakis, for that very interesting talk about 2 notable Cytherians. Again, part of our genealogy and our history. Thank you very much. I'm going to skip questions and answers in the interest of time, and we'll go straight